I'm Ethan Kwan, and welcome to part 3 of 8 of how to get started with Scratch. Okay, so what we're going to do is today we're going to be making our first game. So we're going to be adding a point system too, so stick around for that. Okay, so I'm on the Scratch homepage. If you're using the offline version, you might not see this, but once I click create, you should see the same thing that you should see if you're on the offline version. Okay, so let's just let it load a little bit, and doop-a-doo. Okay, great. Now we have a new project up and running. Great. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the Scratch Cat, and actually we're gonna rename it Cat. Like I said in the last video, this is like the control panel where you control all your sprites, kind of. So I'm gonna rename this Cat, right? And now it's named Cat. Great. Now you're gonna see me how to add another thing into the whole thing. I'm just gonna shrink this by clicking that, and there we go. It's small. Now we have more space here and over here. Great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create a new sprite, and this is going to be our player. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a new sprite. How do we do that? Well, there's this plus sprite thing in the corner here. What we're going to do is we can just click this, and it'll get a list of sprites that we can choose from. Great. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to search up mouse, and we should see mouse 1. And just click that. And there we go. We have a mouse in our project. As you can see, there's a mouse in our project. Great. Now what we're going to do is we are going to say, first of all, the mouse is a little bit big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say shrink it down to a size of, and this is percent, right? Excuse me. This is percent, right? So we can do 70%, and it'll get smaller. And I'm also going to make the cat, I kind of want to change the cat costume too. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete costume 1 and costume 2. As you can see, I can't delete costume 2 because it's the only other costume here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a costume again. So I'm just going to click this button right here, and it's going to give us a costume. What we're going to do is we're going to, once it loads, I'm going to search up cat, and we should see that we have a cat here. Great. Just click that, and we should see the cat pop up there. Okay, let's delete that, and there we go. Now we have the cat. Okay, I prefer this cat to the other cat, so yeah. Okay, I'm going to also shrink this cat, so maybe like 80%. That's pretty good. Okay. Now, what we want is the cat to follow the mouse. Okay. The mouse to follow the mouse. That sounds weird, but okay. We want the mouse to follow the mouse, right? So we have two ways to do this. We can either use the go to mouse pointer block, and this will just make it go to the mouse pointer. So if I want to show you, I could do events, go to events, drag a when green flag clicked. This will just make it whatever's under here, run whenever the green flag is clicked, right? And I'm going to go to control and drag a forever loop and just drag it around like that. And now we should see that this mode is working. Nice. Okay, so, there we go. Great. Okay. Or there's another way we can do it. Instead of this go to mouse pointer, let me just drag that out here. And then go back to motion, and then I'm going to drag a move 10 steps, and then I'm also going to say point towards mouse pointer. Right? So I'm just going to drag those together, and drag this underneath the forever loop, or inside the forever loop. And now, we should see that the mouse actually just follows the mouse pointer like this, instead of just going to the mouse pointer. And this is a little bit more fun, because it's a little bit harder. So depending on your difficulty level, you can either do this one, or this one. Your choice. I'm just going to leave this out here, and I'm also going to add a comment saying harder level of difficulty. Okay, that's definitely not how you spell difficulty. And I'm just going to add another comment saying easier level of difficulty. Okay, I'm good. It's spelled correctly. Okay. Now we have this, but as you can see, the mouse is pointing in the wrong direction. We don't want that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, I kind of want it to turn away from the cat. So what I'm gonna do is go to sensing. There's a new part that you haven't explored before. Go to sensing, and actually no, go back to motion. Go back to motion. I'm gonna say point towards, and instead of mouse pointer, I'm gonna say cat. Point towards cat. But now, here's a problem. It's pointing toward the cat, not away from the cat. How do we make it point away from the cat? Okay, so we need to use an operator. So we need this turn 15 degrees block. And actually, we need to just change this to 180 degrees. Because 180 degrees is all the way halfway around the circle. So if we drag this in here, we should see it. It is pointing away. Another way you could fix this is, if you get rid of this, another way you could fix this is go to the costumes. I'm going to get rid of this one. You can go to the costumes and just highlight everything and just flip it. That always works too. Yep, there. Whichever one you prefer. You can do the Cody way or the non-Cody way. I'm going to use the Cody way. So I'm just going to drag this in here. Okay, so now we have this, and now the mouse is pointing away from the cat and going to our mouse pointer. Nice. But now we need the cat to move toward the mouse, right? Well, this mouse and this mouse, both of them. So I'm going to go to the cat, and I'm going to drag another events, when green flag clicked. I'm going to say forever, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say point towards, you could say mouse pointer, but I'm going to say mouse 1. And then I'm going to say move 3 steps. Now, we should see the cat following the mouse. This is too easy, actually, so I'm going to say, if you increase this number, it'll go faster, so 6. Double the speed. There we go. Okay. And now we have a small mouse game. Nice. Okay, so this is kind of boring, right? Like this, but oh well, it's the best we've got. Okay, so one problem is that once the cat catches us, there's no penalty for being caught. So I want to add a penalty. So if you get caught, let's just say we stop the game, right? So let's say go to the mouse, and we're going to use an if statement. Now, this is the first if statement you've ever used, so get excited, or not excited. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to control, and scroll down until you see this if, and then this square diamondy thing, then. Okay, so what does this do? Okay, so if, right, it says if whatever's in here is true, then do whatever's in here. Okay, so that might not make sense. So let's do an example. Go to sensing, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna drag a touching mouse pointer in here. So just drag that in there and change this to cat. Now we have this bit. It's a diamond block, right? So we can actually just drag that in here. So now it makes more sense. If touching cat, then we're gonna run whatever's in here. So if we click this, right, it'll run whatever's in here if we're touching the cat. However, we're not touching the cat, so it's false, so it's not going to run. And there's a pretty easy way to stop the game in Scratch. We can go to Control, scroll down until we see Stop All, and this basically just stops the game. And if we drag it in there now, as you can see, once we touch the cat, it's game over, right? Okay. One thing I want to fix, though, is the cat needs to go to the center when the game starts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to cat, and before the forever loop, go to motion, drag go to x -66 y 29 block. The numbers might be different here, but just change this to 0, 0, because that's the center of the screen. And now we should see that the cat goes to the center and chases our mouse, and yep, there we go. Okay. Actually, this is all you have to do. You just move your mouse around in a circle. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, there's not much point to this game right now. What we want, I want to add a point to this game. Like, I want to try to get, like, a score or something. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say go to backdrops. Backdrops is basically the stage, and it'll run for anything, right? So, stage is just another sprite kind of thing, but it can't move around. That's why there are no motion blocks, right? But there are look blocks, sound blocks, and all the other ones. So, we are going to create a new variable. Now, what is a variable? Variables can basically store stuff. I think of them as a box that can store anything, really. A number, a string of letters, anything, really. So, right now, there's a variable called myVariable. I'm going to delete the myVariable because I want to make my own variable. So, I'm going to delete the myVariable. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say make a variable. When I click make a variable, I'm going to say new variable name. It's going to ask us for a new variable name. I'm going to call it score. Right, and just press enter. Or click OK. Okay, so now we have the score variable. We want to reset it every time we click the green flag, right? So when green flag clicked, go to variables and set score to 0. Now, whenever we click the green flag, our score is 0. Nice. Okay. But I kind of want it to go up. So what I'm going to do is go to control, not a repeat 10, forever, and then I'm going to drag a wait 1 second. This will just wait 1 second in the code. All right, drag that in there. And change score by 1. And that's pretty much all we need. So now, as you can see, if I survive for long enough, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. Right? Okay, great. So now we have our first game. I'm just going to call this first game. 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 Okay. So I'm going to share it. Okay. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe, like, and share this channel with others. And also, I'm going to add a little YouTube logo because why not? YouTube's great. Sprite YouTube. Drop that in there. Okay. Okay, there. Great. So thank you for watching again, and I hope to see you in the next video where we will make a something called a spiralizer. What I like to call a spiralizer. Okay. So, don't forget to click that notification bell so you never miss that video. And also, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Also, see you at howtododelphian.com, and see you next time. Bye.